Hey guys, hope you guys are doing well. It feels like a hot minute since I've been on the camera here sharing some stuff that's happening here in the Charlotte real estate market. I've actually been out of town for a couple of weeks, headed back up to Buffalo for a wedding and to visit some family and friends for a couple of weeks, but I'm back in the studio, and since it's almost football season, a big shout out to my Bills. So go Bills, hope you guys can bring it home this year. But guys, there's been a lot changing here over the last several weeks with the Charlotte real estate market. I'm excited to share some things with you today. We're gonna talk about what's happening with these interest rates and the impacts that we're starting to see here in Charlotte. And then I'm gonna dive into some actual MLS stats and show you what's been happening in certain price brackets here with houses that are selling over asking price, how many are selling under asking price, give you guys a real good insight of to kind of what that looks like. So, but to set the stage of kind of where we're gonna go today, let's take a look at two metrics in the Charlotte area. I wanna focus right now on our average sales price. So for the month of July, the August numbers are coming out any day now, but for the month of July, you can see our average sales price sitting at $476,645. That is up 4% from the same time last year, guys. So prices are still going up here in Charlotte, but let's take a look at the median sales price because I kind of like that one a little bit better. And we're seeing the same trend here at $392,250 is our median sales price, up 1.9% from a year ago. So the question now is, what is happening in Charlotte, and are these interest rates having any kind of a major impact on what is going on? Now, if you've been watching me for a while, I've talked about this for a long time, that even though we have seen rates go up over the last year and a half, things in Charlotte are still really active. But I will tell you, over the last 3 to 4 weeks, with interest rates staying over that 7% range for that entire period of time, we are starting to see a small slowdown, and it's very noticeable in certain areas of Charlotte versus others. But I want to show you kind of what's going on with interest rates right now. We'll take a look from that standpoint. So if we look at the 30-year fixed rate mortgage, this is going back, this is August 1st through September 6th. So we're going back just over a month. And the roller coaster ride, guys, that we're on is crazy. It is so volatile out there. So right here is August 1st, interest rate sat at 7.10%. And as you can see, just a few days later, they went up to 7.2. Then they're back down here sitting at, what's that, 7.03. And then we saw this big ramp up, and we got to the highest point in time at 7.49%. That was the biggest or the highest mortgage rate, guys, in over 20 years. We hit that on August 22nd. So a little bit of a decrease here, a little bit of a flattening off, and then we came way back down. And on August 30th, we sat at 7.06%, and now we are going right back up again. So with those rates being elevated for that period of time, we are, like I said, we're starting to see that little teeny bit of a slowdown here in Charlotte. Are there multiple offers still? Yes, absolutely. For those houses that are in those desirable locations, we are still seeing multiple offers. But what I'm going to show you right now is things are kind of staying on the market a little bit longer, and we're just starting to see that softening a little bit. And we are heading into the fall and winter months. We'll really have to pay attention on how this plays out through the seasonality that we have coming up. But what I will tell you, and I've always said this before, if you list a house and put a house in a great location, it is always going to sell. But the days on the market is a little bit longer than it's been. So now I want to shift gears and go over to some data that I extracted, show you exactly what's happening in live time just over the last 60 days. And you guys can make your own predictions and determinations about what this data means to you. So let's go check that out right now. So the data that we're looking at today are closed sales in Charlotte over the last 60 days. As we already talked about, the median sales price was about roughly $392. The average sales price was about $490. I just took a sample of 350 to 600,000. That's going to give us really the sweet spot of what's really selling across the Charlotte area. And I only wanted to look at houses that were built from the year 2000 up through 2023. So that's the sample of what we're going to be taking a look at today. And we had 319 total houses that pulled up in this search. So basically I went in and grabbed all the data from the MLS. I downloaded it into an Excel spreadsheet. I dissected it. And basically I wanted to figure out what was the original list price versus what did it actually close for. And here are all of the differences that we can take a look at. So everything here in the red, I'm not going to go through this whole sheet with you because there's, like I said, 319 houses, but these are all the properties that sold for above asking price all the way down through here. And then we're going to start getting into the zeros. Those are the properties that sold for the listing price. So obviously that would make sense that they are zeros. They sold for exactly what they were listed for. And then we start getting into the properties that sold for under asking price. And I will show you all the results here in just a second. So let's go over there and take a look. So at the end of the day, the 319 houses that sold, we had 95 of those properties, or 30% of those properties, sold for over asking price. We had 77 of the 319 sell for exactly asking price. And then we had 147 properties sell for under asking price, which made up 46%. Now, the interesting thing about these numbers is the average over asking price for this sample of properties was just under $15,000. And the average of the people that paid less than asking price was just under $19,000. So a pretty close comparison between those two numbers. So I was a little bit surprised, to be honest with you, that there were more houses selling for under asking price than over. That did surprise me just a little bit. Now, keep in mind, as I'm giving you this data, this is for Charlotte specific. So if we're going into other areas that are super, super hot, like Huntersville, like Harrisburg, like down towards the South Charlotte areas like the Weddington and the Waxhaw, probably going to see more numbers that are going for over asking price. But guys, if there's areas that you want me to go in and dissect some data about, drop those in the comments below. I'll bring those to you on a future video. And one thing you'll notice here is the average days on the market was 33. That is much higher than it's been over the last couple of months, especially back in 2021 when things were absolutely on fire. Now, these are all existing homes. The new construction scene, guys, is super, super active, right? So the existing home market, we don't have a lot of inventory. There's just not much to choose from. So the new construction scene is where a lot of people are fleeing to. Builders have inventory coming out of the ground. You can get some really good deals out there. They are still offering these really good incentives. And if you want to check out new construction, I highly recommend you go check out our other channel at Brand New Charlotte Homes. I'll put a link in the description below. That channel is dedicated completely to new construction. We've got neighborhood tours out there. We're adding more and more each week. Make sure you check that out. And I think you're going to find what you're looking for if you're looking for new construction. So guys, that's really all I wanted to share with you guys today, is to show you some actual data here in Charlotte. As always, guys, if you need my help in your home search, just give me a call, shoot me a text, or the best way ever is to scan that QR code, get on my calendar. Let's put a face to a name and talk about your time frame. And then we can get you set up on a great game plan moving forward to help you find your next house. Guys, if you liked the video, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We've got a lot of good stuff coming on your way over the next few weeks that you're not gonna wanna miss. So thanks guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll catch you on the next video. And as always, make it a great day.